All right, so get this. We're diving into LLMs today, large language models. You guys sent in a ton of stuff, articles, research. Kind of overwhelming if I'm being honest, but hey, that's what we do, right? Deep dive, take these crazy, complex topics and break them down. Make it so you can actually understand. And of course, I've got our expert here to help us out. They've got this knack for connecting the dots, seeing the bigger picture when it comes to AI. So let's get right to it. What are these LLMs anyway? And why should we even care?
Well, imagine having a conversation with an AI that's read like everything. Every book in the Library of Congress, all the websites out there, even Wikipedia. That's basically what we're talking about. An LLM, a system trained on mountains of text. It can understand language and even generate it like a person.
Okay, so like having the ultimate research assistant, not just finding info, but understanding it and telling it back to you in a way that makes sense. That's starting to sound pretty useful.
Exactly. And the applications are mind-blowing, honestly. Think about chatbots, the customer service ones.
Frustrating.
Like LLMs are changing that. We're talking chatbots that can actually hold a conversation, understand what you need, and give you solutions that actually help.
So like a chatbot that remembers what you said earlier, understands your tone. That'd be huge.
You got it. LLMs are getting better and better at that stuff. Context, tone, even emotion. And it's not just chatbots either. Think virtual assistants, the kind that can plan your day, schedule appointments, even write emails for you.
Wait, so is my phone's autocorrect getting smarter because of LLMs too?
Could be. LLMs are finding their way into all sorts of things we use every day. One of the really exciting areas, though, is content creation. Imagine AI that can write your blog posts, marketing copy, even scripts for your videos.
Hold on, you're saying AI that can write creative stuff, engaging stuff. That doesn't sound like a robot wrote it. That sounds almost too good to be true.
I know, right? It was sounded crazy a few years ago, but it's happening. LLMs are already being used to generate high-quality content, all sorts of formats.
All right, listeners, I need your input on this one. What possibilities does this open up for you? Hit us up on social media. Let's talk about it. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back for a second. Where did all this even begin? Did LLMs just appear out of thin air?
Well, not exactly. The idea of teaching computers to understand and work with language, that's been around for a while. Early attempts were pretty basic, though. Simple rules, limited data. Then came neural networks and a game-changing architecture called the transformer.
The transformer, huh? Sounds intense. So that was the big turning point. Is that what led to these super powerful LLMs we have now?
Absolutely. The transformer architecture changed everything, like going from a bicycle to a jet plane. LLMs could process info way more effectively, understanding connections between words and ideas in a totally new way.
So not just memorizing words anymore, it's about actually understanding the meaning like we do.
Exactly. And that's what's driving this explosion of LLM abilities. We're seeing models that can translate languages amazingly well, summarize complex stuff into key points, even analyze the emotion and tone of text.
Okay, color me impressed. But I gotta ask, is this all maybe a little too good to be true? Are there any downsides to all of this?
It's a good question. Important to remember that LLMs are still relatively new. Yeah, the progress has been incredible, but there are definitely still challenges.
So what are researchers working on now? Where do LLMs need to get better?
One big focus is efficiency. Right now, training and running these models, it takes a lot of computing power, which gets expensive, uses a lot of energy. Researchers are trying to find ways to cut those costs, make LLMs more accessible for everyone.
Makes sense. Want to make sure this tech is sustainable, right? Not solving one problem and creating another. What else is on the horizon for LLMs?
Another big one is the ethical side of things, making sure LLMs are used responsibly. We have to be really careful about bias in the data, because if we're not, LLMs could actually make those biases worse.
Like any powerful tool, right? It can be used for good or for bad. We have to be really thoughtful about how we use this stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here in part one. What LLMs are, why they're important, how they're already making an impact, and we're just getting started. In part two, we'll dive deeper into specific applications, see how LLMs are changing things up in customer service healthcare, and more. So grab another cup of coffee and get ready for part two.
Welcome back. Ready for more LLM awesomeness?
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready to have my mind blown again. We talked about some cool applications earlier, like those smart chatbots and virtual assistants, but I want to hear about specifics, like real-world examples.
I've got some amazing ones lined up. Prepare to be amazed.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so let's start with the legal field. Imagine you're a lawyer. You've got mountains of documents to go through for a case. Hundreds of pages, it's a nightmare. But with LLMs, we're seeing new tools that can analyze all that stuff in seconds.
Really?
Yeah, summarizing key points, finding relevant precedents, even flagging potential risks.
So it's like having an army of legal assistants. Working 24/7, no coffee breaks needed.
Exactly. And it's not just about saving time either. These LLM tools can help lawyers make smarter decisions, give them a deeper understanding of the legal landscape.
That's wild. I can see how this could really level the playing field for smaller firms or even individuals who can't afford a big legal team.
Absolutely. It's all about making legal expertise more accessible. And it's not just law either. LLMs are shaking things up in healthcare too.
Okay, now we're talking life or death stuff. How are they being used to improve healthcare outcomes?
One example is using LLMs to analyze medical images, things like X-rays, CT scans. You've got these radiologists looking at hundreds of images every day. It's a tough job. You need incredible attention to detail. LLMs can act like a second set of eyes, analyzing the images, finding anything that looks off.
So they can catch things that even an experienced doctor might miss.
Exactly, they can spot those subtle patterns, help make sure nothing gets overlooked.
That's incredible. And it's not just about spotting things either, right?
Right, it's also about prioritizing cases, making sure the patients who need immediate attention get it.
Wow, so LLMs are making healthcare more efficient and more effective.
And it's not just radiology either. LLMs are being used in all sorts of areas. Oncology, cardiology, mental health, you name it.
I'm sensing a theme here. It's not about replacing humans, it's about giving them
You
superpowers.
got it. LLMs are tools, powerful tools. They can help us do our jobs better, make better decisions, live better lives.
I like that a lot. We've talked about the potential of LLMs, the real-world applications. But we can't ignore the ethical side of things. How do we make sure these powerful tools are used responsibly?
That's the big question, isn't it? One of the biggest challenges is bias. The data LLMs learn from can reflect existing biases in society. And if we're not careful, those biases can get amplified.
So it's not enough to just develop the technology. We have to think about the implications, too.
Absolutely. We need to have open and honest conversations about the ethics of AI.
It feels like we're not just talking about technology anymore. We're talking about society, about what it means to be human in an age of intelligent machines.
You're right. It's a challenge, but it's also incredibly exciting.
So what are researchers doing to address these ethical concerns? Are there ways to make LLMs more fair and less biased?
Definitely one promising approach is using more diverse data for training, making sure LLMs are exposed to a wide range of perspectives and experiences.
So it's about showing them the real world in all its complexity.
Exactly. And there are also techniques for actually debiasing the data itself, identifying and mitigating biases before the LLM even sees it.
That's fascinating. So a lot of work is being done to make sure this technology is used ethically. But even with all those safeguards in place, there's still a level of uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
Can we really be sure that LLMs will always make the right decisions?
That's the million-dollar question, and one that researchers are working hard to answer. One key area of research is explainability, trying to make LLMs more transparent so we can understand how they make decisions.
So it's not just about accuracy, it's about trust.
Exactly. We need to be able to trust these systems, especially when they're being used in critical areas.
It's like having a checks and balances system for AI, making sure it's not being used in ways that could harm people.
That's a great way to put it.
It's been an eye-opening conversation. We've gone from the basics of LLMs to the real-world applications and the ethical considerations. It's clear that LLMs are going to be a big part of our future.
No doubt about it.
But it's up to us to make sure that future is a positive one.
Couldn't agree more.
Welcome back to part 3, everybody. Final part of our LLM deep dive. It's been a journey, right? We've gone through what these things are, how they could change everything, but now I want to see them in action. Real-world stuff solving real problems.
Oh, I've got some good ones for you. Some seriously impressive examples.
Lay it on me.
All right, let's start with something we all deal with. Customer service.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been there, right?
Yeah.
Stuck on hold forever, navigating those phone menus. Or talking to chatbots that are just clueless.
The worst.
LLMs are changing that game, though, making customer service faster, more efficient, and honestly just better.
Okay, you've got my attention.
So picture this a huge online retailer. They get millions of customer questions every day about products, orders, returns, you name it. They brought in an LLM-powered system for customer service. It's like having an army of super smart virtual agents working 24/7.
So no more waiting on hold. You just get your questions answered instantly.
Exactly, and it's not just about speed. The LLM understands the nuances of language. It can even sense how the customer is feeling, so it can give personalized responses, actually helpful and empathetic.
So it's not just those robotic chatbots we're used to. It actually feels more human.
That's the idea, combining the best of both worlds. the efficiency of AI with that human touch.
I like it. Why? Let's up the ante a bit. What about something more complex like healthcare?
Oh, LLMs are already making a difference there,
Mm.
helping with diagnoses, personalizing treatments, even speeding up drug discovery.
I've heard about them being used to analyze medical images like X-rays and CT scans.
Absolutely. So you've got these radiologists looking at tons of images every day. It's a really demanding job. You have to be so precise. LLMs can help by analyzing those images, spotting potential issues, and flagging them for the doctor.
Like a second set of eyes that never gets tired, catching things even the best doctor might miss.
Exactly. And it's not just about finding those things. It's about prioritizing, too, making sure the most urgent cases get seen first.
That's amazing, making healthcare better and faster.
And it goes way beyond radiology, too. LLMs are being used in cardiology, oncology, mental health, all sorts of fields.
So the takeaway here is that LLMs aren't replacing humans, they're making us better.
Exactly. Augmenting our abilities, helping us reach our full potential.
I like that a lot. Well, we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive. We started with the basics of LLMs, then talked about how they could change society, and we saw how they're already being used to solve real problems. It's been an amazing journey.
It really has. And this is just the beginning.
Exactly. Who knows what the future holds for these LLMs? But one thing's for sure, it's going to be exciting. Absolutely.
Huge thanks to our expert for guiding us through all of this.
Happy to be here.
And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you learned a lot and maybe even got a little inspired. If you want to explore more about LLMs, we'll have some resources in the show notes. But for now, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep asking questions. The future of AI is being shaped right now, and we all have a part to play. Until next time, keep diving deep.